We got an army you can see, and an army you don't know nothing about.
So I pretty much had to drop everything that I was doing and make this video here. I'm going to keep this as absolutely short as possible. I swear that somebody has slipped me crazy pills, okay? Or Morpheus actually gave me the wrong pill. It wasn't the blue pill or the red pill. He slipped something else in there because it's hard for me to believe that so many people are so, like, just, what's the word? I mean, delusional? Or is it misinformed? Is it uneducated, unappreciative? Is it entitled, unrealistic? Maybe it's a combination of all those things. The reason why I had to jump on and do this video is because I had to pick my jaw up off of the desk, and it started with watching one of the videos from somebody that's in the sector here who wanted to go on a rant about YouTube's new policy that went into effect on August the 31st. And then, of course, on the right-hand side, all these other videos start popping up, and everybody's up in arms. They're up in arms, like, we're censored. This is censorship. Okay. Like, how can't you people understand that? All right, let me break this down for you, okay? Let me just explain something about myself quickly. I was on the internet since there were 14.4K modems, 28K modems, 56K modems, okay? Then once you finally got the DSL, what's next? I'll be in the space station, okay? Broadband was just a wish list, let alone fiber optic connection straight to an ISP. I really genuinely believe that a lot of you millennials and you younger people don't understand. And that's why you're so ignorant and you're making yourself look stupid, because you're going to rant and complain about a policy change from a private company, okay, who has allowed you to become who you are. Let's just put this in perspective, and I'm a visual person, so I'm going to give you a visual perspective. Let's consider a Walmart Supercenter, okay? Picture a big, huge Walmart Supercenter with the garage and the tires and, the food and the freezers. And okay, so we've all probably been into one of those. Okay, now take one of those and times it by 1,000. Okay, now we're talking a huge, huge parcel of land. We're going to take that parcel of land and we're going to build 1,000 supercenters, Walmart supercenters there. Except there's going to be no walls. It's going to have just the 4 walls on the outside, but it's going to be the size of 1,000 supercenters when you walk into it. It's all wide open, okay? That newly constructed, humongous, gargantuan building is called YouTube. The doors are open 24 hours a day, and you don't have to pay anything to walk in. Just like when you go to Walmart, you don't have to buy anything. You can go to Walmart 24 hours a day and just walk around if you want to. Look at stuff, look around, okay? So once all of the aisles and everything start getting put in, there's a person that stands at the front of the door. As soon as you walk in, there's a counter, and they say, "How can I help you?" And you say, I'm looking for like gaming stuff. I'm a gamer." And they say, "Oh, come this way." So they start walking you through this humongous structure. Now, in this structure are aisles and aisles and aisles of blank canvases. But the majority of these aisles are filled with canvases that have been painted on. Now, you can come to the YouTube Big Supercenter and you could say, I like gaming, I'm interested in gaming, and you can be shown to the area where the gaming is. Maybe it's where the automotive stuff normally is in a normal little Walmart. They take you back there and you start walking through the aisles of the gaming. You see a section of art being displayed by a guy named PewDiePie. And there's this one and that one, and you just look at their art and you're having a good old time. And they, the person that walked you back there, they leave, they go back up front, wait for the next person. Another person comes in. The person standing at the desk says, how can I help you? They say, you know what? I'm interested in getting one of those blank canvases. I have some ideas and I want to put them down on canvas. I want to create a little bit of art. They say, no problem. Come here. They take you to the area where there's all blank canvases. They give you your own station to work at. They give you a bunch of tools to use. And they give you the paint. They give you all kinds of resources to help you create your art. And the only condition in all of this is saying, once your art's finished, we're going to have a look at it. And we're going to move you to this section of our Supercenter where your art would fit in, where other, where people who want to view that type of art, they're going to be directed to it. That's fine. But here's the thing. You can have as many stations as you want. You can have as many canvases as you want. It's all free. Don't you understand? What have you paid to be a content creator on YouTube? YouTube is a public forum. It's open to the public, but it's owned by a private company. It's their canvas. It's their paint. It's their tools. Okay? They're the ones that pay to keep the lights on. They're the ones that pay for bandwidth. They're the ones that pay for storage. You don't pay a dime to create your art, but they house it for you. They display it for you. They, give you tips and tricks to how to get people to walk through the door and take a look at your stuff. And now, because they say, you know what, we want to change things up a little bit, because here's what's happening. We're getting some families that walk through the door. It could be any hour of the day, a dad and a mom and two little kids, okay, a boy and a girl. And they want to go back to the gaming section. But to get to the gaming section, they have to walk through a huge portion of the store. And on the way, there's people screaming about this and F this and I'm gonna rape you and I hate women and okay, screaming at the top of their lungs. All these canvases are just screaming vulgarities and screaming, and they're fighting with each other across the aisle. The canvas, but these little kids and mom and dad have to cover the kids' ears so they can walk past to go back to the gaming. Why don't you understand that? And a lot of you are saying, this is the end of YouTube. Then leave. That's it. Leave. If they're not giving you a service anymore, or it's not worth it to you anymore, go do it by yourself. I dare you to try to do this by yourself. That's the problem. None of you people understand the value that they hand out for free. Start your own website, buy rent your domain name, secure hosting from a DNS server, okay? And here's where the money's going to come in. Then I want you to secure bandwidth. Secure bandwidth so you can start creating videos, put them on your website, and have users stream them. And I know you people don't understand this, but I'm just going to give you one current price of bandwidth. And we're going to talk about what's called dark fiber, okay? This is more for enterprises, big companies who maybe want to resell a little bit of bandwidth. and use a good and I'm not talking about T1 or T3 or DSL. This is called OC3. This is one of the highest level of dark fiber line that you can get right now, and you'll have an average of 155 megabits per second. Your average monthly cost, depending on the amount of bandwidth used, is going to be between $50,000 and $100,000 per month. Okay? But you're going to complain about the company who pays for that bandwidth so people can watch your content. And I'm going to read right now what in the help files of YouTube, what the new policy update is that everybody's complaining about. I'm just going to go through this quickly. Let me back up, because this is the title of the file. It's content that is considered inappropriate for advertising. All right, I want you to understand something. You didn't make YouTube. You entitled, self-centered content creator, whoever you are. You didn't make YouTube. YouTube made you. Okay? Number one. Number two, again, who pays for the bandwidth? Who pays to keep the lights on? Who pays the lady at the front of the desk to show people around and get them near where they, get them near the content that they're interested in? Who pay? You don't pay them. YouTube pays them. How do they make money? From advertisers. Multi-billion, million, tens of thousand, 100,000, any level of company can advertise with YouTube. Okay? They're the ones that pay for it. And I'll tell you right now, if I owned a Fortune 500 company and my advertisements were being played on some of your channels, I would go insane. Because my core channel, Covert Radio, my premier channel, is associated with a guy named Tommy Sotomayor, and I'm so embarrassed because of it. I'm so embarrassed and ashamed that my channel is even mentioned in the same breath as his name. And if I was the owner of a Fortune 500 company, I would not want my content, my advertising, my products coming on a channel like his, okay? Why don't you understand that? This isn't about you. You didn't make YouTube. YouTube made you. And they are in a business to make money from people who advertise, who own, again, huge businesses and corporations. And you don't think they have the right to say, you know what, I don't want to be associated with somebody like that. You know what, I don't want my ads played on somebody's channel who talks about that type of stuff. Who do you people think you are? Why do you think you're so entitled? And you're up in arms now because, here's the actual update. Sexually suggestive content, including partial nudity and sexual humor. That's not that new, okay? Violence, including displays of serious injury and events related to violent extremism. Again, not that new. That's not too far of a stretch. Okay, if you're coming to YouTube to perform either one of those, you're on the wrong platform. Okay, you're in the wrong section of the internet, friend. Go somewhere else. Another one, inappropriate language, including harassment, profanity, and vulgar language. Again, I can't say I agree 100% with that, but I understand it. When there's other people, families coming into the main building and they have to walk past your canvas and it's screaming the F word every 4 seconds, it gets a little annoying, okay? And again, when these families are walking in or people are walking in above all around the top of the wall are the advertisers. Okay, they're the ones that hang the big banners that are suspended from the ceiling, the ones on the wall. Okay, it's not you. People don't come to YouTube because of you, Joe Schmo. Another one, the promotion of drugs, related substances, including selling, use, abuse. Okay, that, again, makes perfect sense. Not a problem. Here's one that's a little gray, okay? Controversial or sensitive subjects, events, including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown. That does feel like censorship, okay? However, the stipulation is only to suspend monetization. They're not censoring you. They're not telling you what you can and can't say. All they're telling you is if you want to talk about stuff like this, our advertisers are not going to put money in your pocket because they don't want to be associated with you. Why don't you understand that? And another angle you could look at this is this. You know, you have these channels. All they do literally is take other reporters, other news agencies, other outlets of information. They plagiarize their reporting efforts. I mean, you could take a story, okay, from a reporter, say in Houston, Texas, who is sort of like an old school sleuth detective reporter, you know, and he's uncovered this big, you know, conspiracy about an oil well and go, okay, I could go on and on, okay? But let's just say this reporter has put in 4 months of work to uncover this story, all the investigating, all of the, you know, the time, everything, the fact checking, this, that, the credibility. And it ran on the local Houston Channel News. Then all of a sudden, somebody from Ohio picks it up and says, yeah, so this idiot asshole reporter from Houston, I mean, he did a report, and here's the report. I'm going to play it. And then they talk about it or whatever. Okay, so that's one example. Another example is this. Upcoming next, we're going to give you a inside report on a oil well conspiracy in Houston, Texas. Stay tuned for that on my YouTube channel. You didn't do any of the work. You're just taking this reporter's 4 months of work and plagiarizing it. You're rebroadcasting it, maybe throwing in your 2 cents here and there, and then you want to get paid for it. Right? What is wrong with you people? You're entitled. You're unrealistic. You don't know the value, obviously, of this platform. And if you can't conform to these 3, 5, or whatever, little nudges of, hey, let's clean this up, clean it up, kind of, and really, like I said, they're not telling you to not do it or say it. All they're telling you is we're not going to pay you to do it or say it. Our advertisers don't want to be associated with you. And that you're all going to cry the blue, we're going to go somewhere else. Then go. Again, start your own website. You people are unbelievable. Wake up. I'm Covert Radio. Subscribe. Check out my other channels. They're linked here on the screen. I'm constantly trying to update my channels, get content on them. I'm a new YouTuber. I'm a new content creator, and this is probably going to be the first video on my news channel, Covert Radio, The Watchtower. So if you're feeling what I'm saying, if it's making sense to you, share this video, point some people in my direction, because here's the bottom line. I give a discerning view, okay? Prove me wrong. I want somebody to prove me wrong on this, okay? But I give a discerning view, discerning opinions on stuff that matters, and it's just going to keep coming. If you guys appreciate what I do, check out my Patreon account. That's also linked in the description, because I'm limited right now to time. We all got to make money. I have I'm self-employed, and I have other things to do to make money. But if I can get my Patreon base grown and have some support, I'd do this full time. So Check out my Patreon, check out my other channels, subscribe. You guys take care. Have a good day.